Time is now. He's back to the bronze. It's like, wow, he's back to the bronze. I'm in the booth, straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. I did that kind of. Who was talking? Someone was telling me I need to. Maybe you can do a light. I think Tom turn the light up gradually as you come in. I don't have a dimmer, but that was kind of cool, right? As all right. So I got a way to do this. I can actually kind of straddle the makeshift podium I have here. I don't know if I can keep it like this all day, but I'll try. We go with the list. Let's start at the top. School Us album sales. I did today actually talk to somebody about if they had a CD. They did not a CD player. They don't, but my daughter was encouraging me to, well, send them your album. Man, I didn't get. Okay, I'll do it, but I was, I still want it on Spotify or whatever. I was kind of forgetting because I was thinking after I get done sharing this. Anyway, I'll get to that in a minute, but no sale, but potential good connection there. Number 2, I don't like sunsets much, so no action on that level this week. I am certain to make a move in that regard, making a connection. I expect to. I better. Last week, even though it was a vacation, I connecting with people. No, I mean, how is it possible? I'd be so busy, but that's how it went. So, but this week looks better. So, my second week of my vacation. So, see what happens this week. Number 3, you'll be glorified. Yeah, nothing to say about that. Yeah, it's going to be a minute on that one. So, I won't get into that. Number 4, YouTube channel. So, again, going back to the sharing, I kind of forgot, but I think I want to alternate. I think I want to go with Will next time. If I'm going to do that, I need to get with him during this vacation and record the video. Because when we go President's Day to Memorial Day, it's quite a break with no holidays. But I'll have a Saturday off here or there. But I thought maybe I need to get that done if possible. I'm going to see him on Friday. That's not going to work. I hope I have that. I think I had that on my calendar. Saturday night, check out the dunk. I was going to do an open mic. I might still do it, but there's the dunk competition. My friends from church, I want to see that. See them, help them with their new baby and all that, with some cooking, burgers, all that stuff. So I'm trying to think that's kind of. I will have another open mic opportunity here. I think it'll be the next Bulldog News next month. I think I can hit that one. So the YouTube. So nothing. I had and lost. I guess I lost a subscriber. Oh wow. Oh well. Win some, you lose some. By the way, on the kinder, gentler mic dynamic, I think for the cover for the thumbnail. So hopefully that was somebody's liking. And then when it comes to so Instagram was the worst, basically, maybe of all time. Not plays wise, but reaction. It was way down. I think this one right out the gate had 10 already. Last week's only had 17 total plays. So yeah, I'm really hoping for a little traction. It makes my week more entertaining. You just check it a couple times a day. What's going on. TikTok is like right out the gate. Before I went on the air here, it was 443 or something. So it's not as good as normal, but this thing's not done, but it just takes off like a rocket, that TikTok, and it's over. But last week's was 2,000, almost 2,100, which was my best of all time, which I just cannot wrap my mind around how this works. How can I have the best and then my worst on the other one? It's like, it doesn't make any sense. So, and on TikTok, I added my picture. So I told my daughter, every week I will improve this TikTok somehow. That's my focus for that. Okay, rules of engagement, nothing to talk about there. Bellevue Ballers had some meetings, nothing. Like I said, this week I got to get on some of that. I expect to have some action there. So go to number 7, merch. That's the merch. Still sharing, and I have to go back to YouTube and sharing the compilation. So that's coming along pretty good. About a quarter of the way through that. Had some birthday wishes, so those are a couple folks I could probably send my hey, thanks for the birthday greeting, and I don't know if you were able to notice what my latest addition to my YouTube channel playlist wise. Here you go. I said when I'm away from work, it's a little more challenging to get back to work. I mean, literally, I could probably do half share if I'm going for 100. I do about half at work. It's amazing. So, Trump's gonna dump. Saw this dude talking about, he almost made it sound like he chose him for VP Vivek, but that was a little bit of a exaggerated title. Could happen though. Sharing. So clearly he's the man to beat. I think next, 4 years out, the next cycle, Vivek's gonna get all those Trump voters. All the people that don't like Trump don't like Vivek either. So that's the same old. They'll all split the votes. He'll just have that Trump lane, and it'll probably be a more interesting nomination process. But it's his to lose. That's how I see it. Anyhow, so nothing new with that, and then. Complete songs. I made music for make music for the songs, and again this week I hope to make some kind of connection, move the ball, move the needle, do all that this week. So let's see what happens. I'll get back to you all on that. Current event wise, nothing major that I can think of. I would say nothing major. Oh, I did have a discussion with someone who moved here from originally from Nashville, and that's cool, right? But he's kind of into country music, but not an enthusiast by any means. Doesn't like rap. But he's talking about the homeless and how they deal with homelessness in Nashville is, I guess, the fire department throws all their stuff away and hoses it down every night, so they just can't get settled. They just can't just dig in, and then they'll put them in jail so they can sober up for a day or two, get some food. And again, the question I ask is like, what? If Seattle were serious about this, they would say, it seems like you guys have a real clean city here in Nashville. How do you do it? They don't even want to know. They don't ask why, So that's the proof. We don't need any more evidence than that they're not serious about solving that. And I was explaining the military industrial complex concept to my daughter, and my brother shared with me they have the term homeless industrial complex. I might have talked about that before. Very useful phrases. So that's the current events. Okay, so let's make the song. Finish the last one, decriminalization of crime. I was able to finish that right on time. And here we go. So this one is called, I've been practicing it a decent amount. And I'll definitely use the hook for my next short reel and all that stuff. It is called think it'd be kind of catchy. And this is something I developed. I was with my daughter at the time and she liked it. So it inspired me to go with it. It is called Biden's Bags of Ballots. Again, I've been practicing numerous times. So it goes, and I almost forgot part of it. I wouldn't write it down, but it goes like this. And I'm kind of going off of the "it's tricky" kind of sound. And I don't think is that maybe that's a nursery rhyme kind of sound going back. If you think about it, you know, if you don't know, this beat is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around the dark. There we go. It's tricky. So it goes like this. Biden's bags of ballots. We got them in. I already looked up the word, so I don't have to look it up. Got them in the shallot. My arm man's down. We'll bust them out. That's the time. That's the time to count it. So that's kind of one flavor of it. And the next one goes like Biden's bags of ballots. We got them in the shallot. I had something else, but I do like how it sounds to say when our man's down. It's not so critical that I have that line not exactly right. I was singing something else. But it's fine. I'm just going to go with that. When our man's down. We'll stop the count. Because you know that we's about it. All right. I gotta have to check and see if I'm doing it once or twice. So it goes like this. Biden's bags of ballots. We got them in the shallot. When our man's down, we'll bust them out because that's the time to count it. Biden's bags of ballots. We got them in the shallot. When our man's down, we'll stop that count because we's about it. Oh, I kind of messed that up. Let's try it again. Biden's bags of ballots. We got them in the shallot. When our man's down, we'll bust them out because that's the time to count it. Biden's bags of ballots. We got them in the shallot. When our man's down, we'll stop that count because that we's about it. Let me see if I can iron that out. We'll stop that count because we'll stop that count. You know that we's about it. Let me try it again. Biden's bags of ballots. We got them in the shallot. When our man's down, we'll bust them out because that's the time to count it. Biden's bags of ballots. We got some in the shallot. When all man's down, we'll stop the count. You know that we's about it. There we go. Anyway, I'm not gonna go like that. I can't do that. It's a great. That's such a great song. It's tricky though, because that's like an intro to the hook. It just sets it off. So that's a shout out to that song. But I'm not gonna go and do that. Borrow from that too. So let me think. Do I want to do it once or twice? Biden's bags of ballots. Bear with me here. Biden's bags of ballots. We got them in the shallot. All man's down. We'll bust them out because that's the time to count it. Biden's bags of ballots. We got them in the shallot. When all man's down, we'll stop that count. You know that we's about it. Yeah, I think it needs a boom, and then, but I'm not going to, now I got to come up with how I'm going to hit the verse. So I would hold on to that one. I got the next one and maybe the next one. I got a few. So this is good. There's no shortage of ideas here. And I'm hopeful that this will do well. I think there's an incredible potential. It should catch someone's attention, all this hashtags and all this. Who knows? I have no way to know. All right, so hook. I'm also push this song over to say Trump's going to thump, and now Alex wants a joke song. That's a joke song. That's funny. I think it can be funny. I haven't really thought about, okay, now what? But all right, so verse, so Biden. Verse 1. All right, what am I going to talk about here? All right, so I hopefully you're up to speed with what I'm talking about. And of course, there's election deniers and there's election fraud deniers. Should I start the song out like that? Yeah, why not? I mean, election fraud deniers, is a legit phrase. You're denying fraud in an election. Using the phrase election denier, I don't know if they're shortening, that's some kind of contraction, because are you saying that people are denying that an election happened, that votes were cast, or what? I mean, if you say, these names, climate denier, I deny that there's a climate. What? It's just a short, it just sounds ridiculous. So many of these things sound totally ridiculous to me. Okay. There's election deniers. And there's election fraud deniers. Too wordy. Maybe see that these media people, though, they really got the psychology down. They got all the research. They're not stupid. So I'm not totally saying that there's a reason they don't do that, but for me, it just doesn't sound ridiculous. There's election deniers and there's election fraud deniers. Okay, a natural rhyme here is requires. And I could say, which one requires let's say plausible. My wife likes all those crime shows. Is it plausible deniability? Oh man, I'd like to just almost ask her. I don't know if she'd like this. I won't put her on speaker. Should we try it? Should we get what do they when you call somebody? Let me ask my expert. She's my expert. And I think that would be good if I can. I haven't done this before. Let me try this. But I'm doing my show, but I have a question I think you can help me with, hopefully. It's not on speaker. You're not on speaker. I'm doing the show. So, plausible deniability. You know the phrase? No? You don't know plausible deniability or whatever? I'm doing the show, but I was writing. Isn't there a phrase for the criminal in law, plausible deniability or something? You're not familiar with it? Okay. Okay. Yeah, but you're not on speaker. I just thought, how some of these, no, these shows where you can call an expert, get someone to help you with your question. Yeah, you're my expert, but I guess you don't know. Okay, thanks for your help. I see. Well, I'm gonna look it up then. I'm gonna break it all the way down. That was fun. I don't know if she liked it, but she didn't sound too excited. But oh well. I covered her. I covered her identity. I didn't put her on speaker. By the way, Tom, I can just tell you that's as close as we'll get to having her on this show. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Unless something changes from what I've seen up until now. Plausible. I think I'm onto it. I think I'm right with this. Okay. Plausible. Plausible. Seemingly or apparently valid, likely or acceptable, a plausible excuse, giving a deceptive impression of truth, acceptability, or reliability. Latin plausibilis, deserving applause. I guess you're supposed to be applauded for your ability to deceive. My wife's been watching this show about this guy who's the master figuring out some of the lines. He always sits standing like this, or in the show too. I guess from England, he's like, "You look out like this. Isn't your neck getting tired like that?" Anyway, plausible. Okay, again, seemingly, I gotta hold that. All right, plausible deniability. We know what deniability is. Like you're denying, right? So I still want to look it up. Plausible. Now we have deniable versus undeniable, or capable of being denied. Questionable. Okay. It's like an acceptable. It's an acceptable denial of wrongdoing, let's say. Okay, that's a lot, but let's just write it down. There's election fraud. There's election fraud deniers. which now it's kind of a little wordy to say which one. Which, so I can just short it, which requires, I might just say one to clarify. Which one requires plausible deniability? Oh, that's a wordy. There's election deniers. There's election fraud deniers. Which one requires election plausible deniability? That's like the other side of the rhyme there. It's so wordy. Plausible. I must have heard this somewhere. I don't see it. Deny ability. Which one requires plausible deniability? Which one sounds just plain silly? What just popped into my mind, I can't remember what day it happened. Toby Keith, well, I guess for me, my favorite country artist, probably most songs, most good, just the sound, passed away. What day was that? Was that last week? And I don't know. It might have been just before that. Anyway, he just popped in my mind. I just had to say, God rest your soul. You did great work, and that's tough. Didn't get to see him in concert or anything. I know he was performing for the Trump, like election inaugural or something, you know. So he's a good guy. We lost a good one. Okay, which one sounds just plain silly? All right. We got a guy in my fantasy basketball that's definitely representing the Trump train. So he beat me bad this week in fantasy basketball. It's sad to say, but I'm happy for his profile. All right, so there's election deniers, there's election fraud deniers. Which one requires plausible deniability? Which one sounds just plain silly? All right. Okay. If you're unsure, I'll just keep going like this. If you're unsure, I guess we know you can't. They have the word cocksure. 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 If you're cocksure. Right? Heard that one? I think it means like very confident, that kind of thing. Cocky. Okay, cocksure is completely sure, certain. Like a lot of these guys. Too sure, overconfident. Yeah, cocksure. If you're cocksure, You think that you're the champ. Use a champ. I'll have to fix the spelling on that next time back to the rhymes.